Okay, please rise for the procession of the Santa Fe Indian Schools graduating class of 2018, led by the Ice Mountain Dance Group of Okeowinge. Thank you, Ice Mountain dancers. Please remain standing for the invocation led by Xavier Valencia. Xavier is from the Pueblo of San Felipe. He is the first SFIS student to present at the Senior Honors Project Symposium in his native language of Keres. He will join the workforce after graduation. His mother is Miranda Escabel.
Koetsi hoppa uomasta patja siirtran ajaa kannusu janua jos ersa katstemme josota tuni hivat aastioitera heiti tornaatiusääskannu tuni rikuhteet tornaatiusääskannus keima saa että se masteemme seits nyaosko Sahemet ja tuomato ajan nyt usko nyt mikas äätimeskas ammemet ja met naismestahan kun saatini chat saa että masteemme hieni nyaosko se on ja nyt usko niin nyama takosko nyt ei mas kash enriti saanut isons ääni kutsata.
Thank you, Xavier. Good morning. You may have a seat. And welcome to the Santa Fe Indian School's 41st commencement ceremony. My name is Faith Rosetta. I'm from Santo Domingo, Pueblo. I'm the daughter of Joseph Rosetta and the granddaughter of Bessie Rosetta. I'm the high school principal and director of instruction, and I will be your master of ceremony today. At this time, I call upon the Santa Fe Indian School Superintendent, Mr. Roy Herrera, to formally welcome you to the 2018 commencement ceremony. Superintendent Herrera is a native New Mexican and has been in education for over 40 years. He has been at the Santa Fe Indian School for 5 years. He brings a wealth of experience as both an educator and administrator. Please welcome Superintendent Herrera.
Thank you, Ms. Rosetta. As she said, my name is Roy Herrera. I'm the fortunate to be the superintendent here at Santa Fe Indian School. I'd like to welcome everybody to this graduation and really very proud of our graduates here and all of our students. But I'd like to recognize, first of all, the guests that are here on the platform. I'd like to introduce, first of all, the Board of Trustees, President Raymond Aguilar Jr. Vice President Governor Peter Garcia Jr. Secretary Robin Atencio. Trustee Curtis Chavez. Trustee Greg Hohola. Not present today, but very supportive, Trustee Sage Mermejo. Also, Trustee Governor Virgil Sayao. To my right, I'd like to introduce, first of all, our guest speaker today, New Mexico House of Representatives, Derek Lente. Representing APCG, the All Pueblo Council of Governors, today in his presentation, Governor Val Pantia. Representing U.S. Senator Tom Udall, Joshua Sanchez. Representing U.S. Senator Martin Heinrich, Dr. Kenneth Lucero. I'd really like to make a couple of congratulations and thank yous. First of all, the decorations put together by our high school dorm and staff. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The organization of this excellent ceremony, I'd like to thank Principal Rosetta and her staff. Thank you very much. I'd also like to thank William Pacheco for his design and work on the program. Excellent job. Thank you. And I'd like to thank our academic staffs from the high school, the middle school, our dorm staffs that really all pitch in to make sure that we put together a world-class education for our students, supported by our facilities and the rest of our staff here on campus. Thank you to all of you. Appreciate. An announcement I'd like to make. First of all, I'd like to thank the state of New Mexico and the Governor Susana Martinez. This year, we presented to our legislature, supported by our legislature, to the governor for $900,000 to support building a new entrance into Santa Fe Indian School. And that was forwarded and supported by our governor. It will be going to the electorate in November. That means we need everybody here that's eligible to vote to support that higher ed bond, which will bring those dollars to Santa Fe Indian School. Thank you, State of New Mexico. We here at Santa Fe Indian School really pride ourselves because of our staff, our students, our communities, our governors, all the ones that support education. That helps us to look at just how important education is. Our Board of Trustees supports that strongly, as do our governors on a daily basis. And I want to just point out that sometimes we have an uphill battle with the Bureau of Indian Affairs and the Bureau of Indian Education. And we need to make sure that we continue that advocacy, because what happens is many times the dollars that are appropriated by our president sometimes don't filter all the way down where they need to filter, right here to the programs in front of you and the programs within your communities. We need to continue that advocacy to make sure that the dollars that need to come to Native education make it to Native education. I want to give an example. The president, and this was President Obama, had appropriated about $8 million for early education programs. And none of that $8 million filtered down into the FACE programs, into the programs within the communities. And I think it's our responsibilities as leaders to make sure that those dollars flow to where they need to go. It's important. And I want to mention a couple of things because of this advocacy, that it be on the right level. That we make sure that Santa Fe Indian School, with the resources that we have, support of our governors, reach out and support our feeder programs, our educational departments from the different pueblos. How can we become more effective? And in just a minute, I'm going to point out why it's important that you hear this. Our growth at Santa Fe Indian School is supported by the students that want to come to Santa Fe Indian School. And we know that many times we have our testing sites ready to go and students that want to come here. Many of you know those students that wanted to come here, but there wasn't room and capacity for them to come to Santa Fe Indian School. That's one of the goals that I would like to bring forward, to make sure that we create that support for our feeder schools and that we also create capacity so that we can increase the number of students that come to Santa Fe Indian School. Let's bring our native students that want to come to Santa Fe Indian School, let's bring them here. For example, right now, with the support of the Board of Trustees, we are composing a letter that's going up to the BIE and BIA for those facilities dollars which have been appropriated but not been distributed to potentially help us maybe build additional classrooms and dormitories so that our students that want to come into Santa Fe Indian School can reach and increase our capacity so that we can help support our native education programs here at Santa Fe Indian School and within your communities. So let's work together for that. And lastly, I'd like for our trustees to please stand up for a minute. I'd also like for our governors and tribal officials to stand up for a moment where you're at, if you can. I'd like for our political leaders, like Representative Lente, to stand up, and if there's any in the crowds, to please stand up. I'd like for our teachers to stand up. And I'd like for our educational programs that are here that support our tribal schools to please stand up. Thank you. I'd also like our parents, grandparents, and relatives, and those guests that are here at this graduation to please stand up for a moment. All across, please stand up. And stay standing up for just a minute. Stay standing up, because I want you to help me do something. I want you to point at our graduates, and I want you to repeat after me. We're going to do it about 3 times. And I want you to say, "You can make a difference." All right, ready? You can make a difference. One more time. You can make a difference. One more time. You can make a difference. Thank you. Sit down. And I'd like for our graduates to stand up for a minute. All of our graduates. That's right. I want you to know that parts of New Mexico have oil and gas and a lot of riches. There are some areas that have resources that make them wealthy in their areas. But I want you to know that our schools, Santa Fe Indian School, have the most valuable resource and the most important asset. Our students. Yes. Now, students, this is for our students. I want you to repeat this after me. I can make a difference. Okay, let's do this again, louder. I can make a difference. Again, I can make a difference. Now point at your neighbor and say, "You can make a difference." Thank you, class of 2018. Thank you. I present to you the class of 2018, our most valuable resource. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
And some of you are already making a difference too, so thank you. Thank you, Mr. Herrera. The Santa Fe Indian School Board of Trustees works on behalf of our shareholders, the 19 Pueblo governors, to set policy and provide guidance to the school's leadership. It is an honor to introduce the Board of Trustees President, Raymond Aguilar from Santo Domingo, Pueblo. President Aguilar is an alumnus of the Santa Fe Indian School and the father of 2 graduates, one who is also a Gates Scholar, and 2 current SFIS students. Please welcome President Aguilar.
Goetze Shami Shati Shaya Timatio Masta Goetze Sam Kochowich Merat Chapastia Gawian Shot and a heart the Kiwa Adisota Adiwo it's a cone my queen Dudiamo Soja Hamako it was cartoon 3 not you say any I did say on the heart is gone up and the sky opens at the heart is said when you owe it go I did not pass get took the commands out a comment gosh Ian is Ian is shot you show. Good morning, everybody. Governors, lieutenant governors, tribal leaderships, grandmas, grandpas, mothers, fathers, and most importantly, our graduates. Good morning. Good morning. It's a good day to be a brave. It's a good day to be a lady brave. Most importantly, it's a good day to be a graduate. Congratulations, congratulations. Well done, well done. I see a lot of your supporting cast, and I'm talking more of your grandpas and your grandmas and your fathers, mothers. You know, I always feel like it's their graduation too, because you remember moms, dads, grandpas, all those late Sunday afternoon drop-offs, all those early Monday morning drop-offs, and those after Friday afternoon pickups, and especially those during the week. Mom, Dad, can you bring me a hamburger? All those things. Those are memories that you graduates created. I still talk about with my kids. I still talk about, in fact, just a couple weeks ago, my son, he's a 7th grader here, he called me. I dropped him off on a Monday morning, 7:15 to 8 o'clock, I dropped him off. On my way back down, headed down La Cienega. Dad, I forgot my backpack. So I'm sure you have those stories with you. But I just wanted to say, if you look around your moms and dads, the supporting cast, and your governors and your lieutenants, it's important that we recognize and certainly honor those times that when our governors or lieutenants came up to talk to you, recognize you, give you that words of encouragement that we all need on a daily basis. We all need that. But it also reminds me of a story that my father once told me. I once sat in that position, once sat in that chair. I was probably the 3rd one on that chair. But it's important that I want to share this story with you. And hopefully it'll carry you as you move on. And it's about story. We all have this ishto, wishjak, that bow and arrow that we carry with us day in and day out with our lives. And that bow and arrow dedicates, it commemorates the idea of once you let that arrow go, your journey begins. That journey begins. Whether when you go follow the arrow, it might take you a couple of days. For many of you, it may take you a couple of weeks. Many of you will take a couple of years. But it's on that journey to finding the arrow, you'll become a lawyer. You'll become a mother. Many of you become mothers. Many of you become governors. But it's on that journey that you need to respect and honor your traditions, your true identity. And what I'm asking is, gentlemen, keep putting those shells across your chest. Put that fox behind your back and keep singing those songs, because that's who you are. Ladies, keep putting on your mantas. Keep putting on your turquoise. Keep putting on your moccasins, because that's who you represent, your identity. Where you come from, your communities, that's who we are. That what makes us strong, through prayers. And thank you, Xavier, for laying that foundation for us this morning. It's important that we keep honoring those foundations, those prayers, because we need those down the road. As you continue to find those arrows, some days, you know, us moms and dads, we tell you about the rights and the wrongs and don't do this, don't that. And we're not with you every day of your lives. We only hope that you make that right decision along that path, chasing down the arrow. We hope that you make that right decision, because we're not going to be behind you every day. Only in spiritual support. We'll be there for you. The governors continue paving the way to stand in front of you, clear the way for you. Your grandpas, your grandmas, your sisters, your aunties continue to stand beside you. Most important, your mom and dad, they're always behind you, supporting you. They'll always be behind you, supporting you. Know that. So remember that story. When you're chasing down your dreams, keep following your arrows. If you're not happy, you're not satisfied when you find your arrow, release it again. Continue on that journey until you find your balance, your harmony, your peace within yourself. What makes you happy? If you don't find that, release that arrow again. Continue on your journey. Keep shooting those arrows out. Find your peace, find your harmony, find your identity. That's really, really important. Now I want to ask a little favor from you graduates. I really don't want the governors or your mom and dad to hear this, so pay special attention for me. I'm asking a favor from you. In a couple hours, when you receive your diplomas, when you're at your dinner later on tonight or having your reception in a week or so, take some time out of your busy time. Give your mom, find the governor, find your lieutenants later on, and say thank you for their support. Find your grandpa, find your grandma, and give them a hug. They deserve that because they got you to this point. They deserve that. They need to know that it's a sacrifice they went through. All those Monday mornings they dropped you off. It was a little bit sacrifice. I wouldn't call it a sacrifice, but it was an honor dropping you off. But give them a hug. But more importantly, your mom and dad. Tell them that you love them. Tell them you thank you very much for getting me here. Tell them you love them. Tell them to honor them. That's real important. So that's what I ask from you graduates later on. When you're alone with your mom or your dad, tell them thank you very much. I really, really want y'all to do that. And guess what? Your mom, they won't find no words for it because that's all we ask from you as sons and daughters is that acknowledgement that I know that you're doing good. I know we'll see great things from you guys from this class. I know we'll see great things from the class. So congratulations on behalf of my board of trustees, our superintendent, and certainly our governors, lieutenants, and most important, our Santa Fe Indian School family. Go follow your dreams. Go shoot your arrows and follow it. Follow it. And someday, one of you guys will be up here representing the school here. Someday. It's important. It's important that you always honor yourself and find your true identity within yourself. So thank you very much. I appreciate having the opportunity to speak on behalf of 2018 class graduates. Congratulations. Thank you very much. One last thing, if you can indulge me in my native tongue, I would like to, in our way, release you and give you that support in my language. Arihama kushaya utamawo it's a donya ka haiti tini kumuta it's a aichi tini sotro haiti si ska yo kotumur titi kun he nyen arina el skipas and the katim harsa me ko with the hati patsis try akum try osunta na pastia kutros a go nice it's a yukha on the zeo masta ya ha on the good nice it's a on la kaya it's a haiti ti it's a haiti ti the kene kesh go ne meta ha with no the good night pasti go to in the aichins out me hai come Yeti, Putney, Kutney, Honey, go try that. Tony Yatsko, Tony Nota, Hike up your key, try us out, you may not pastico. Are this old man a kite at Acom, Teo, Cody, a commerce, you'd say it, our marsh, L. Ians, at your this Ian is at your go bandisho, got him his trades, but they try it, and not pastia culture. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank you, President Aguilar. At this time, I want to point out something that's really spectacular about this class. This is our largest graduating class. And because so many people love you and want to see you graduate, we've got lots of people standing up there. And if you have any seats next to you, if you could please offer them up to any of our elders that are up there that need a seat. If you could make room for everybody, we would greatly appreciate that. At this time, I'm very pleased to introduce Santa Fe Indian School's 2018 salutatorian, Miss Angelia Valentine Manuelito. Angelia is from Acoma. She is the daughter of Janie Lewis Garcia and Robert Manuelito. Angelia served as president of the National Honor Society and a member of ACES, the Green Team, Café Scientifique, the Student Council. She is a writing center and peer tutor and has been an active leader in multiple SFIS class officer positions, including Student Council president her junior year. Angelia was awarded the Core Values Award for caring by the 12th grade team and made the honor roll in grades 9 through 12. Her senior honors project is titled Benefits of Genetic Testing and Population Screening for the Prevention of Congenital Disorders. She was chosen to present her exemplary project at the SHP opening ceremony and to community members at the Pueblo of Acoma. Angelia received an Acoma Pueblo Scholarship and has chosen to attend Columbia University to study biochemistry. Angelia, never forgetting the needs of our Native communities, proved academic excellence by challenging and passing AP and dual credit courses and participating in an internship at Santa Fe Institute that resulted in the writing of a grant for a genetic testing center at Acoma. Angelia, I did not have the pleasure of teaching you in middle school, but I have enjoyed working with you these past 2 years in the high school. You are a leader inside and outside of the classroom. I commend you for your academic achievements, poise, respect, and your excellent speaking skills.
Thank you, Ms. Rosetta. Goatsi kaitawa haupa. Dushiname gohopa puraik este yaka kochinesh hano e ushashwash dishata. Good morning. Thank you, everyone, for making the trip to see your family graduate. I am Angelia Manuelito, and I am from the Pueblo of Acoma. It is a sincere honor to speak before you, the 2018 graduating class, and your families one last time. As we step out the doors of high school for the rest of our lives, I'd like to take a moment to reminisce about what turned this school into our home. For myself, it was a fascinating 4 years at SFIS. I cannot be more thankful for my parents, my family, my friends, and my community for their support. I remember coming to this school with big dreams. These dreams catalyzed my desire to conquer unimaginable things in this life, and I knew attending SFIS would offer me the resources to attain them. Just like the land of opportunity, I became fortunate to travel with my club members, ran for leadership positions I had not occupied before, and grew a more broad mindset and perspective. I came here searching for knowledge and a very well-rounded institution, and I found them. My freshman year, I was placed in Ms. Kate Sala's physical science class. Prior to high school, I had very little interest in science. It just wasn't fun for me. However, going through multiple labs, field trips, and stepping deeper into the door of what Ms. Sala could teach me, I immersed myself within the complex world of observation and discovery. Thank you, Ms. Sala. Your enthusiasm and dedication helped me discover my own passion for the sciences. I took Ms. Lisa Lontigue's Honors U.S. History course my sophomore year. Before attending SFIS, I had only learned the patriarchal, one-sided view of history. Ms. Lontigue, however, exposed me to the muckraker and feminist views of her story. As she highlighted the traumatic themes of racism, slavery, patriarchy, and industrialization, I learned to see his story and her story at the same time, therefore defining this history of us. Thank you, Ms. Lontigue. for exposing us to all points of view, and especially those less represented. Junior year was hectic because of my involvement in clubs, especially NHS, but luckily Miss Bridget Love was there to calm the chaos. I found that chemistry was surprisingly inspiring. Ms. Love's teaching was extremely enthusiastic because although I did not remember a single element from the periodic table, I was proud to understand atoms and moles. Inspired by her passion, I wanted to soak up more. In fact, I will be taking university classes for biochemistry to unleash my own excited spirit, just like Ms. Love. Thank you, Ms. Love, for your vivacity. Diving into senior year, knowing SHP was up to the plate, I was extremely thrilled to combine all I had learned from these inspiring women. Since freshman year, I had mulled over what I wanted to do for my research topic. I knew I wanted it to be something in medicine and something not tackled before. Having already immersed and enlightened myself in the complex world of genetics, I felt it would be the perfect topic to merge my passions for science and medicine. However, I knew with being a traditional person from a conservative tribe, the battle between reason and faith would collide, and I would have to find a way for the two to work harmoniously. I was very uneasy about choosing my topic, and it was Ms. Erica McFadden who encouraged me to tackle the controversy and tell my view of how I felt they could both go together for the betterment and health of my people. Thank you, Ms. McFadden. For being the best listener when I felt I was on the edge of founding science, rereading all my research articles, going through the genetic testing process when your mother told you not to, and supporting my desire to find a way for me to represent the brilliance that exists in the worlds of culture and science. A huge aspect of the Indian school is the incredible life-changing teachers it exposes us to. Each educator deserves their moment of appreciation, and I know as graduating seniors, we are extremely thankful to have been educated by Native and non-Native individuals who are not just looking to improve Native education, but respect the cultural values that come with the Native individual seeking to be educated. This institution that was once created to colonize, assimilate, and separate our connections to our cultures has transformed to encouraging, practicing, and incorporating cultural values. Thank you, Santa Fe Indian School teachers, staff, and administration. Highlighting the most fulfilling part of high school, I am beyond grateful for the relationships I made. Upon coming to the Indian school, I did not know there were 19 pueblos within New Mexico. So as I started to soak up the social life around me, I found friends from places I had never been, like Mescalero Apache, San Ildefonso, San Felipe, Cochiti, and the Navajo Nation. But especially one from Zuni, Ms. Shanikia Wakaniwa. Throughout the years, she has stood by me and I by her. From joining the same clubs, working at the library, pushing each other to stay up one more hour with coffee to finish reading, I am thankful for such an amazing person. I am even more thankful for our SLA, Roberto Aguino, who placed us together. Who knew my lifelong friend would be from Zuni, almost the same height as me, and play the loudest music when it comes to scrub days? We all know there is only one Shanikia, and I am blessed to call her my best friend, Elikwa. What comes with any sort of achievement are people who supported and were the guiding vessels to make sure the person accomplished what they set their mind to. Without an extremely loving foundation, as I have been blessed to have, I would not be standing here speaking. Therefore, I'd like to acknowledge the few of the many people who made the essence of life sweeter. My Baba, or to me, the wizard, who knows just about everything except Navajo. I cannot fathom the words to express my incredible gratitude and love. He unintendedly showed me who my real friends were because he was so scary that no one wanted to come or stay at the house. Even though all his grandkids drive him crazy, he gives us all his love in all his best moments. That when he sings to us, dances with us, and laughs with us until we all cry, he takes the time to breathe deeply and steady us. And in that split second of steadiness, it is the most invigorating because it's a new breath of life extraordinarily given by your celestial spirit. I remember always coming home on the weekends and waiting to see him and absorb the warmth of our home. I'd say, "Hi, Baba," and he'd say, "Chief Manuelito, welcome home, Baba." I cherished the time when I told both my grandparents about my college interview in New York. He said, "What, New York? It's cold out there." And my grandma, being the grandma she is, "Iyo, you're gonna have leg aches, then you're gonna be all crying because I can't press you." And then my Baba said, "Well, did you ask if they have grandparent housing? You better figure out where you're going so I can move with you." I'm sorry I'm not going to New Mexico State Branch in Grants to be closer with you, but I promise I'll make you just as proud at Columbia. Tawa e Baba, mi yun na hutch type me. My grandma Diane, the craziest, most humble, most embarrassing person in my life. She is my other mother, and I will always be her baby. She nourished my love for reading, made sure I didn't go to sleep sad, crying, with a leg ache, or by myself. She slept with me all the way until middle school. She excites me so much and is one of the most anxious people for me to grow up already and become a doctor and scientist. Never will anyone support me as much as she has. She is the soul to every single person in our family. I love you, Grandma. My Uncle Matthew, wish Patsy, for fulfilling the adventurous uncle role. He is the one I always ran to for laughter. My Aunt Eileen, for being the one to always confide in, especially when in doubt. And for being my other mom, my sister, my best friend, sometimes even my twin. My mom, for not just being my best friend, since we just like to shop and eat on the weekends, but for being my parent, teaching me independence, responsibility, self-discipline, and like everybody's mom, bringing them to where they are today. I am very thankful for you, and I owe everything to you, and everything shall be yours, after I get enough money to buy you a boat or something. I appreciate all the times you picked me up at the train, brought me to the dorms, and made the trip to my banquets and class presentations. I know it wasn't the easiest thing, but you managed to do everything for not just me, but my brother Orion as well. We are extremely blessed to be descendants of your beauty, brilliance, madness, and I only hope I make you so proud that you cry from joy. You are the strongest, scariest, most supportive woman I have in my life, and you deserve only the beautiful things in life, Mom. Lastly, my dad and his side of family. Thank you for always offering to be the providers in whatever it was I needed when I was little until now. I have always appreciated every act of love and only hope to show you all how much you have impacted my life. Thank you. The best thing I have in my life is how enormous my family is. Each grandparent, uncle, aunt, sibling have showed me how remarkable it is to be alive. A lot of people compliment my family for how strong we are for continuously sticking by each other and doing everything as one. I am sure we each have that family member who walks through fire for us, who makes sacrifices for our wants, and entitles us to a life of luxury in any shape or form. Appreciate them. As Native people, especially Pueblo people, we are blessed to live in our traditional homelands, surrounded by our families, still intact to our cultural ways of life. It is easy to just walk next door and find grandma and have her invite you in for a warm meal, or to just go outside and find all your friends playing in the dirt. Our close communities have helped us conquer each obstacle because it does take a village. And when that village is close together, they succeed more and move stronger for their future as one. Any one of us could be up here speaking before all. I am very thankful I have the chance to represent one of the most competitive classes with the most determined mentalities of making the future a better one. I know whichever path you choose, it will bring bountiful blessings. Be your passion medicine, law, environment, business, technology, teaching. Let it help you and all of us. Throughout my life, I have encountered many individuals who always took the time to share words of wisdom with me. In fact, the strongest pieces of advice I collected I would like to share now, particularly with the women here graduating today. We need women who are so strong they can be gentle, so educated they can be humble, so fierce they can be compassionate, so passionate they can be rational, and so disciplined they can be free. As of now and for forever, we are empowered, Indigenous, educated women. Take pride in it. I challenge us all to thrive in this world of men and make sure we represent ourselves faithfully and walk strongly only as a woman can. To the class of 2018, one last thing. May each of you find the courage to live a life you are proud of. Embrace the uncertainty and overwhelming thrills that are before you, because it is the beginning of infinite possibilities. Keep hold of what has made you, you. We are a people of tradition. Let us be proud of who we represent and continuously thank our mother and father. Pray for a long life and happiness, and for success in the purpose for which you were created. Thank you and Godspeed.
Thank you, Angelia, for your beautiful speech. Will Angelia's mother and father and family please stand to be recognized? Now, I would like to introduce our 2018 valedictorian, Sunshine Eaton. Sunshine is the daughter of Chad and Tunte Eaton. She is from the Pueblo of Tasuki, the Hickory Apache and Lakota tribes. In her time here at the Indian School, Miss Eaton has been a member of the National Honor Society, ACES, the Green Team, Café Scientifique, Cultural Exchange Club, Ski Club, and Fashion Club. She was an active 2018 senior class president, attended the Leadership Institute Summer Policy Academy, and went with a group of student fellows to Princeton University to create policy for better education in public schools. She was also on the honor roll for grades 9 through 12. Sunshine was named the track MVP and was a member of the state tournament teams for cross country, basketball, and track. Sunshine's senior honors project is titled Language Preservation Through Film. She presented her project at Stanford University for a Native American Studies class, at the University of Arizona Regional ACES Conference, and to community members at Tasuki Pueblo. She made 3 short films in her language to help children learn Tewa. Sunshine has chosen to attend Bowdoin College to major in environmental studies and minor in cinema studies. She earned the Bowdoin College Presidential Award for $68,310 and the Bowdoin College Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain Award for $3,000 for a total of $71,000. Sunshine, your gift of leadership was apparent early on in middle school. Although you appear quiet at times, you have brought focus and organization to your peers. I will miss seeing your smiling face every morning as you drop your keys off in the front office, always ready to embrace another school day. Thank you for your leadership this year and for being a role model to your peers and also my own little girl who looks up to you so much. It is a great honor for me to be up here introducing you as the 2018 valedictorian.
Wa tamu, na tantai pokwingi onkawe, na tantoa umu, na vite a oyegite dimu, na kweri umu, na te tuke winge weri umu. Tamayoa e nun a yun, we te kiripo tu hi champo ne ta wea sa won ti ta di megiri. Di ai na mi di kege na mi hera ne ta di kege na mi o tewa hi ha puori na biwo ti a king huiri. Heri ho ne se ta to keri kwani we don't di muni. Good morning. Welcome, Board of Trustees, tribal leaders, Superintendent Herrera, special guests, SFIS staff, family, friends, and a very warm welcome to the class of 2018. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this momentous day. 4 years ago, my classmates and I were slogging through our first year at SFIS. And now, after countless essays, labs, presentations, tests, late nights, we are here before you, all anxiously waiting to begin the next chapter of our lives. High school was crazy, stressful, and an amazing ride. It was crazy because we had to spend 7 hours a day, 5 days a week, for 9 months out of a year, learning and grappling new ideas and concepts. It was stressful because work does not get done on its own. It does not get done on its own. And I want to thank Coffee for keeping me up all those late nights. But most importantly, it was amazing because we had great people surrounding us each day. We made memories that will last a lifetime. And although our games, meets, scrimmages, field trips, and classes are all over, we will always remember the good times and tell the story for our high school years. The thrill of winning a race or a game will be cherished in our hearts forever. All of the hard work we put in throughout these years have finally paid off. But guess what? We are graduating right here, right now. Santa Fe Indian School is full of people who care for us. Teachers like Miss Longti, who never fails to ask us how our day was or how it was going, even though she knew our answer would always be tired. Or members of the cafeteria staff like Andy, who began offering options for different entrees during our lunch hour. Or maintenance team members such as Walter, who made sure we had everything we needed when Culture Exchange was conducting our Indian taco sale. That's what the people at SFIS do for us. They support us in any way they can. So thank you to all of the SFIS staff, and I especially want to give a huge thank you to all of the SFIS teachers, because you made learning enjoyable. Not only did we find the topics to be interesting and challenging, but we realized that our teachers are some of the most loving, caring, stern, fun, and hilarious people we'll ever meet. We were able to get to know our teachers on a personal level, like how many dogs they have, or the cool running shorts they bought that weekend, or what it was like to teach in Japan. Forging such a close bond was invaluable. We felt comfortable enough to ask for help when we were struggling, either in school or in our personal lives. I am certain the academic lessons, along with the life lessons, will serve us well in the future. I am an enthusiastic learner, but some materials certainly stood out more than others. I love learning about Hinduism, derivatives, and clouds. Yes, those puffs that provide us with bits of shade from the southwestern sun. During my junior year, I took earth science and astronomy. Our teacher taught us the names and the defining characteristics of various clouds and formations. I was so excited to learn this new knowledge, and as the years passed, I found myself staring more up at the sky, trying to classify every single one of those white puffs. That same year, I attended the Regional ACES conference in Minnesota. I was certainly excited about the conference, but I think I was more excited about the flight, not because it was my first time, but because I would be surrounded by clouds. I was thrilled to sit by the window and name every cloud I could. Look at that big Beautiful cumulonimbus cloud, I exclaimed to my sister, sitting next to me. I'm so grateful for everything I was taught during my 4 years at SFIS. But even more important, I am grateful for the appreciation and excitement that I developed for learning. The more ideas and concepts I was exposed to, the more I realized how much I still have to learn. This is an overwhelming feeling. We are so small, and we know so little. Fortunately, we have a lifetime to learn as much as we can, whether it's through school, work, art, or personal experiences. Our knowledge and perspectives will continue to broaden. The world is full of such amazing paradigm-shifting knowledge, just waiting to be discovered. And I am excited to continue my education, and I hope that my classmates are excited about this forthcoming journey as well. Not only did SFIS develop my intellect, the school community also strived to develop my character through our core values. These principles have been emphasized from the first time we stepped foot on campus to the last day of school and beyond. As we move forward in our lives, I sincerely hope we will continue to live by these core values. Our school, our communities, and our families have taught us to love and care for one another. But they also have taught us to care for our planet. One way I've seen this value implemented is through our Green Team. This year, Green Team launched a composting program during the lunch hour. The program has had tremendous success, and the Green Team members feel a strong sense of pride, knowing that we are able to help our Mother Earth through this small but tangible gesture. It warms my heart, and I hope the underclassmen of Green Team will continue this program. Composting just takes a few extra seconds, but it goes a long way towards saving our planet. Also, shout out to my dad for ordering biodegradable plates and bowls for my reception. You're the real MVP, Dad. Finally, I would like to take the time to thank my family for supporting me in every way possible during my time here at SFIS. Thank you, Mom, for being my biggest supporter. You helped me in every way imaginable. I don't know what I would do without you. Thank you for making sure I was fed and had snacks when I went to school. Thank you, Dad, for being my #1 fan during every moment in my life. Thank you, grandparents, for your words of wisdom and perspective. No matter what I was battling, you always knew the right words I needed to hear. Thank you to all my family members for allowing me to stay up super duper late to finish my homework. And thank you for putting up with my grouchiness when I was stressed. Thank you for attending my cross-country meets and my track meets and my basketball meets, games, and my school events. You gave me so much of your time, and I am forever grateful. Thanks for my sister to being my best friend. Thank you for pushing me through the hard times. Lastly, I want to thank my squad, my closest friends. You made high school an experience I will never forget. In closing, I would like to say that we are catalysts for change. We saw it this year through our Seniors Honors Project. By tackling issues facing our communities, we affirm that we are capable of doing good to help create a brighter future for the coming generation. I urge each and every one of you to build upon what we learn during our projects. Classmates, continue to learn, continue to live by the core values, and continue to make a difference, not just in our native communities, but in the world. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2018. Katamo, huh?
Sunshine, thank you again for your leadership, your prayers, and your caring encouragement to your classmates. At this time, will the family of Sunshine Eaton please stand up to be recognized? Okay. Superintendent Herrera, the class of 2018 would like to present the school with a gift. Will Shanikia Wakaniwa please join us at the stage? Shanikia is a senior class vice president, and she'll join our class president. Shanikia is from the Pueblo of Zuni. She participated in cross country and track. She was accepted to the University of Arizona, Northern Arizona, and Colorado State, but is undecided in her choice of college. While in college, she plans to study early childhood education. Her mother is Amanda Nahoe. Did I say her name okay? No.
Kashikot the Nawan Dewakia, Hoshanikia Wakani Waleshina, Hopash Kwa Kwete and Mulabichi Kwe Awan Chale, Homat Lashina Acha, Mandano Haita, Jero Wakani Junior Leshina. Good morning, parents, grandparents, tribal officials, staff, and most importantly, the class of 2018. My name is Shanikia Wakaniwa, and I'm from the Pueblo of Zuni, and I am also the senior class vice president. At the beginning of the year, the senior class unofficially adopted the outdoor classroom. We spent an entire afternoon preparing it for the upcoming year by removing weeds, cutting branches to create shade, and watering the orchard around it. As the class officers, we felt it only fitting to present the school with a gift to further enhance the classroom. It is our honor to present to our school 4 handmade benches made by Sam Bear for the outdoor classroom. We also would like to recognize Steve Carice for the plaque he made to display on the bench. Thank you. Ella Ko.
Thank you, Shanikia and Sunshine, and thank you, class of 2018. So I'm asking you to excuse me at this moment because I'm going to have to steer away from our program agenda for a very special presentation to an SFIS family member and staff who is retiring this year. To assist me with this, I am calling on Paul Herrera, Leona Chavez, and Nicholas Naranjo to come to the stage. Paul Herrera is our attendance counselor and grandfather to a 2018 graduating senior Abraham Herrera. Leona Chavez is our high school secretary and mother of 2 SFIS graduates. And Nicholas Naranjo is from Santa Clara and is the son of Jessica Naranjo and Joseph Gutierrez. Nicholas has been working with us in the office this semester. He's a reliable and loyal student employee who will undoubtedly reach his goals. His senior year was his best by far academically because he was able to connect his research and apply his career goals in agriculture with his strong commitment to Native American cultural values and traditions. He plans to attend the University of Arkansas to earn a bachelor's degree in that field. Today, I need to call upon Susie Mermejo, high school receptionist. I have to apologize to Susie because she asked me not to make a big deal of this, but we cannot let you go out without a big to-do. So, Miss Susie Mermejo has served as nurse, counselor, mother, grandmother, sister, barista, food provider, and friend. She will retire at the end of this month. after 30 years of service to the Santa Fe Indian School. Susie is so genuinely humble and unassuming, so responsible and compassionate. She displays the integrity of a mother superior. She is as honest as the day is long. In referring to long days, she is reliable, early, setting up in the office every morning, and does not head for home until all is prepared for the next day. And amid the chaos of the school day, she somehow manages the office like a well-oiled machine. Finally, she always makes certain the bulletin is very well written before it is acceptable for the next school day, because this is indeed a school and a fine example must be set. She loves all of her family and shares stories of them all the time. She has supported our children through their athletic events, wearing the garnet and gold proudly, rushing out at 4:30 to attend every home game, and if possible, traveling wherever she could to support our children and your students. She participated in all homecoming activities, including Crazy Hair Day or Pajama Day, because she wanted to make sure the students knew she supported every part of them. Her only daughter, Tole, graduated from SFIS almost 20 years ago, and after graduation today, she will head to Albuquerque to celebrate her granddaughter's graduation. Words and gifts cannot express the amazing love and devotion she has given to this school. Thank you for help make our school a home, Susie. We will always love you. Governors, special guests, Superintendent Herrera, Board of Trustees, parents, community members, student staff, and the class of 2018, please help me in celebrating a very special woman who has taken care of our children and all of us for the last 30 years in the academic office, Miss Susie Mermejo. She's graduating with you guys. At this time, I'll call Joshua Sanchez, Acoma Pueblo, representing Senator Tom Udall, and Dr. Kenneth Lucero from Zia and Cochiti Pueblos, representing Senator Martin Heinrich, to present the senatorial award.
Okay. Cool. Kuatsi Halpa. Kadawa Halpa Traistra. Good morning, everybody. My name is Joshua Sanchez. I'm a field representative for United States Senator Tom Udall and a tribal member from the Pueblo of Acoma.
And good morning, Ken Lucero from Senator Heinrich's office, Zia Pueblo and Cochiti Pueblo. Kuatsi Halpa.
And this morning we're here to present the Senatorial Award. This honor is sponsored by both New Mexico senators and is given to a senior that exemplifies the Santa Fe Indian School ideal student. The student excels in the areas of academics, athletics, behavior, and extracurricular activities. Academically, this year's winner is committed and a responsible student. He is a young man of integrity, going the extra mile by doing his best in class, as a runner, and in the dorms. He is a model student. He has made the honor roll 9 times and is a member of the National Honor Society, robotics team, and ACES. He is a strong senior honors project, healthy diet, healthy life, and also received the CIFIS Core Values Award given by the senior team. This decorated athlete always represents himself with respect and kindness. He served as captain of the football team. On the track, he was a leader as well placed as the district champion in the 100 and 200-yard dash and placed 5th in state in the 100-meter dash. This young man has received the Navajo Nation Scholarship and is awaiting information on his UNM Scholarship and National Athletic Training Association Scholarship. He plans to attend the University of Mexico and major in athletic training.
And this year's senatorial award winner is Danae and goes to Matt Morgan. Can you go ahead and read the award? So this plaque goes to, or this award is awarded from the Santa Fe Indian School United States Senatorial Award of Merit, and it's presented to Matthew Charles Morgan, class of 2018, in recognition of excellence in scholastic achievement, athletics, community service, and civic affairs while a student at Santa Fe Indian School. Presented by U.S. Senator Tom Udall and U.S. Senator Martin Heinrich.
Will Matt's parents, Matilda Chi and Mark Morgan, please stand up to be recognized? And in closing, the senator and both senators' delegations would like to thank everybody. Congratulations to the class of 2018. Congratulations to your families, friends, and supporters that are here for you. And a big congratulations to Santa Fe Indian School for continuing to turn out such an excellent amount of students into the world. Santa Fe Indian School is an elite institution, and everywhere I go in my work, I always promote Santa Fe Indian School. Thank you.
Congratulations, Matthew. At this time, the All Pueblo Council of Governors, in his place would be the Secretary, Governor Pentia from Zuni Pueblo, will present the Governor's Award.
Good morning, families, friends, governors, board of trustees, faculty, staff, and the graduating class of 2018. I want to thank Chairman Torres for giving me this honor. He called me this morning and he said he couldn't make it. I know he looks forward to this moment every year, but he said that he wasn't able to come to the graduation today. So I want to thank him for being here in his presence. This is the highest honor given by the school to a senior at graduation. The student receiving this award exemplifies the ideal graduate. He or she also demonstrates our core values and excels in the areas of academics, behavior, and extracurricular activities. The student receiving the award this year is a competent writer and completed an extremely thoughtful and well-executed senior honors project. She balances school and work very well, has maintained a high GPA in her classes, and is a member of the National Honor Society. This student received the SFIS Core Values Award, Century Bank Super Scholar Award, and the Santa Fe Elks Lodge Outstanding Student Award. She also participated in the SFIS cross-country team. This student has been an exemplary student since the 7th grade at SFIS and has a great role, or been a great role model for her peers and the community. She received 6 culinary arts scholarships totaling $73,000, but chose to attend the Johnson & Wales University in Denver, Colorado to study baking, pastry arts, and food service management. She received $56,000 for 4 years from the Johnson & Wales Presidential Scholarship. This year's recipient of the Governor's Award from Santo Domingo Pueblo is Isha Pacheco. The award presented to Isha J. Pacheco, class of 2018, for overall excellence in academic achievement, community service, and civic affairs, and exemplifying the core values of the Santa Fe Indian School with a commitment to Native American cultural values and traditions. Congratulations, Ms. Pacheco. Will Isha's parents, Donalyn and Mark Pacheco, please stand to be recognized? On behalf of Chairman Torres, Vice Chairman, Governor Chavarria, and the governors and tribal leaders, I want to congratulate the graduating class of 2018. You make us proud. And with that, I want to just wish everybody success. And Bukea ton ma'lilho nawan ton chawe ton yam kwasles na awi and equita na ston ite hiala napke. So just go forward and make us proud. With that, ton ansam mo ton yatong kok si sunna kenaptu elah kwa.
Thank you, and congratulations again to Matt and Aisha, the recipients of these special awards. Next on our agenda is the commencement speaker address given by State Representative Derek Linty. Derek is a son of two pueblos in New Mexico, Isleta and Sandia Pueblos. Raised in a traditional Pueblo family with strong work ethics, his parents often worked 2 jobs to raise him and his 2 older brothers. Those examples would help mold his values of hard work, dedication, tradition, and family. Derek attended Bernalillo Public Schools from kindergarten through his graduation in Bernalillo High School. Sorry, Derek. Derek took remedial courses at Central New Mexico Community College, transferred to the University of New Mexico, and earned his Bachelor of Arts degrees in intercultural communications and in English. Derek went on to study law at the University of New Mexico School of Law. He was the first male from his pueblo to earn a Juris Doctor degree. In addition to a law degree, Derek was also elected to the Board of Editors for the Tribal Law Journal and earned his certificate specializing in federal Indian law. Derek is a small business owner and in 2008 followed his dream of entrepreneurship when he purchased a company with offices in New Mexico and California. After years of hard work and dedication, Derek was employing over 800 New Mexicans and thousands more in other states. Derek sold the company in 2013 when his company was considered to be one of the largest solely owned Native American corporations in the United States. Derek has been a professor and visiting speaker in many universities across the United States. He has firsthand experience working on federal, state, and tribal issues. Derek sits on a number of local and national boards that focus on agriculture, economic development, education, environment, and health, and has been identified and awarded the 40 Under 40 Award by both the New Mexico Business Weekly and the National Center for American Indian Enterprise Development. Mr. Linty is in his first term as a member of the New Mexico House of Representatives, representing House District 65. He brings a fresh insight and voice on behalf of his constituents, Some of his legislative initiatives include environmental habitat, sacred site protection, payday lending accountability, healthcare accessibility, expanding economic and development opportunities, equal access to voting opportunities, opioid overdose education and safety measures, education and student needs assessments, tribal sovereignty initiatives. Planning to be married in July of this year, Derek and his fiancée Cassandra, his daughter Jade, and his son Moston make their home in Sandia, Pueblo. Please help me welcome Representative Derek Lenti.
Thank you.
Tohonakoi, in Taboe, Tenitire, in Kaawe, in Mkewe, in Concilio. Good morning, my governors, my lieutenant governors, my councilmen and women, and ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for allowing me to be here this morning. It's beyond an honor to be with all of you this morning. I want to especially thank the Santa Fe Indian School Board of Trustees, Superintendent Herrera, Principal Rosetta, and all the other outstanding teachers and staff of the Santa Fe Indian School. Again, I want to thank the tribal governors, the tribal presidents, tribal councils, all our tribal elders, and all of our family and friends that are here again. And of course, last but not least, the class of 2018. After years of studying here at the Santa Fe Indian School, some of you leaving home to actually live here, with many long afternoons and late nights, studying for exams, writing papers, prepping for exams, after countless hours preparing for the senior honors projects, seniors, you did it. You're here, you made it, and we are all so very proud of you. And today I want to take a special moment for all of you graduating seniors to look around this beautiful auditorium and those that helped you along the way to get you where you're at today. All of your families and your friends, everyone in your school and your community, all the people who pushed and poured their hard-earned love to you and believed in you even when perhaps you might have not even believed in yourself. So today is also their celebration too. So graduates, please do me this honor. Stand up. And if you would, please look towards the direction of your family and your friends and give them a huge shout out and thank them for being here with you. And what I'm going to let you all in now is a secret, is that I wasn't actually the first choice for this class's speaker today. It was made clear to me the beginning of this school year. I was invited to address the students on their first day of classes, and they had told me, oh, we'd love to have you here. We'd love to have you come back for our graduation ceremony and speak, only if Leonardo DiCaprio can't make it, and only if John Cena couldn't make it either. And I said, John Cena and Leonardo DiCaprio, I like those odds, so I want to take you up on that. And here I am today, and there's no other place that I'd rather be but here. And so I thought to myself, well, Leonardo DiCaprio, okay, he's the star of Titanic. He was also the hunter that got chewed up by the bear in The Revenant. He had the native family, the wife and the son. And I thought, well, I'm a real native, and I have a real life, soon-to-be wife, and I have a son and a daughter that are actually native too, so I'm kind of like him. And I thought about John Cena. While I kind of have the same physique as he does, he's a fake wrestler. I actually fight for a living on political issues. So I'm kind of like that too. And while it's really tough to top our former First Lady, the beautiful Michelle Obama, who was here a couple of years ago, her political insight and breadth of knowledge that she brought to this very auditorium was spectacular. So what I thought about all of those three folks that I just mentioned is that I'm kind of a little bit of all three of them. With me, you get a Pueblo native, politician that fights for New Mexico, and all of our native people. So thank you for having me here this morning with all of you. And I say this because for me, it's particularly an honor to be here today with all of you, because let's face it, that my presence on the stage is pretty unlikely, given the fact of where I come from and the community that I hail from. I'm the grandson of the late Mr. and Mrs. Philip Lenti from Isleta Pueblo. Born in Isleta Pueblo to a humble farming family, they raised their 7 children to try to push them to have a better life than they did. I'm also the grandson of the late Mr. and Mrs. Pedro Avila from Sandia Pueblo, to a farming family where they raised their 9 children in hopes that they would have a better future as well. Finally, I'm the son of Jerry and Bertha Lente, respectively from Isleta Pueblo and Sandia Pueblo, who raised my both 2 older brothers and I to be the best that we could be, to be respectable, contributing part of our respective pueblos. And while family comes in all shapes and sizes, functions and dysfunctions as well, sometimes our own families and family lives aren't what we expect them to be, or always imagine they would be, or hope for, or what we see on TV. But this morning, I love my family, and you should all love your families more than ever before. Because as a kid, I grew up in a separate household. I grew up with weekdays, spending those with my mom in Sandia Pueblo, attending Bernalillo Public Schools. On weekends, I would head down south to Isleta Pueblo, where my father put me to work on our farms, where we hauled hay and tended to cows. And while my parents had an unconventional marriage and relationship, what they taught us was that they have an undying, everlasting love for the kids that they have in their lives. And I'm sure all of you can share, maybe not to the same extent that I have, but your parents love you more than you will ever know. And you should always remember that. And your parents, too, will always never have the words to fully ensure that you understand that as well. While I was never a stellar student in high school, I was led to believe that as a native kid, my future would not be so bright, that the bar was always going to be set low, that I was always going to be limited by my background, by my family, and my circumstances. Because if you look at my background, my family, my living conditions, public schooling, statistically, I was not supposed to make it. And unfortunately, the same goes today, that Native students throughout this state and in this country are statistically still yet not expected to make it. So, personally, I worked on my shortcomings. I thought, well, if people don't have that faith in me, I need to be able to work harder so that I could prove myself in some other way. So I hoed weeds, I dishwashed, I bussed tables, I hauled hay. But that's when it dawned on me. In order to break the mold and provide for myself and someday my own family, I would need to put in the work. And that's where I'm going today, is that after all those years of education, I will never forget the look of pride that my parents had when I walked across the stage of the Bernalillo High School auditorium and accepted my high school diploma. Don't shake your heads, because Bernalillo is a good school. Right? Bernalillo is a good school. It only gets better. I also will never forget the look of pride from my parents and my family when I walked across the stage at the University of New Mexico when I accepted my 2 bachelor's degrees. Nor will I ever forget the sense of pride and accomplishment that I saw in my parents when I walked across the stage at the University of New Mexico School of Law when I finally had earned my Juris Doctorate. Something that beyond my wildest dreams, I thought I would never have the opportunity to do. Because had I listened and accepted the message from the naysayers, the people that always told me I could never do anything, I would never have believed in myself. And so graduates, that's my story. It's my story and I owned that story. So I'm sharing this with you not to gloat, not to show off, but to perhaps relate in the fact that I'm just like you. I grew up too on the dusty roads of a pueblo or my own reservation. I grew up too dancing around that plaza. I grew up too with those haters and those people that always told me, you can't do something. And the fact of the matter is that I am living proof that if the society had hopes in someone, a dusty Pueblo boy like me, there is beyond hope that folks like you that come from a school like Santa Fe Indian School have the absolute opportunity to make it as well. And for those of you that are here today, I ask you, step up to the plate and own your own story. Because as I said before, I never took high school seriously. I almost didn't graduate. I remember the morning I was supposed to take the ACT test, driving through the town of Bernalillo on the way to my test. But I got hungry before I even got to the test, stopped at McDonald's, and I got lazy and I went back home. That being said, it took me a little bit longer to get through college because I wasn't prepared to do certain things. I recall in high school that while some of my other friends that attended other high schools in and around the areas, they were visiting colleges, going out of state to visit those dorms and see if they loved the college life. And I recall that my high school counselor took myself and a few other Pueblo kids to the gravel mine pit across the highway in Bernalillo. They gave us a couple of hard hats and said, if you want to work here, the job is all yours. And I recall thinking to myself, okay, the bar is set super low. I'm okay with that because I'm barely making it myself. But at the same time, is this what's expected of our Pueblo kids today? So what I did is I took a bunch of remedial classes at TVI, which is now CNM in Albuquerque. And after remedial courses, I found that to myself that I was actually smart, converse to what my grades reflected, converse to what people actually told me. I was actually able to do certain work. And what you'll find after you leave these halls today is that life is completely different. You're a little bit more free. You have a little bit more freedom. And that's a good thing. But it can also be a bad thing if you're not ready for it. After I went through TVI, I transferred to UNM. And I thought to myself, was I going to be able to succeed as a young Native man, as a young Pueblo man, living in two worlds? And I say this because as Pueblo people, as tribal people, we are required to live in two worlds. We live in one, the white man's world, the one that's full of education and television and internet and all of the other things that come along with that. And then we also live in the traditional world, the ones where we come from, our homes, the dirt roads, the songs, the prayers, the dances. And how do you combine those two? Because if you lose balance of either one, you're somehow going to lose one or the other. So, during that time in college as well, I was also blessed with a daughter, Jade Lenti, who was born to me in 2001. And what I thought to myself is that, well, should I quit school or can I continue to push forward, even having that responsibility of a child with me? While people around told me, well, you need to stop going to school because you need to raise that kid. And I thought, well, no, I don't. Why don't I just work a little bit harder, focus my priorities a little bit different, and then perhaps I can do both things. And I did. And I did by way of sleeping a whole lot less and having Slim Fast for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That was my life for a long time. And what happened during those times is that I met people. I met people, some which did not look anything like me. During those times while I was working at Sandia Pueblo, I met a young lady by the name of Beth Janello, who came from across the country, who was a very white Anglo lady that did not look anything like me, but saw something in me where she always left with me a message. Why don't you break the mold? Why don't you try to do things differently? Why don't you go and try to go to law school or get your master's or do something different? And I thought to myself, that's crazy talk, because there's no one else in my pueblo that has ever gone and received their master's. No male for sure, because we're required to be at the kiva. And so I thought, well, okay, I'll take those messages. Later on in my career, I met another young lady by the name of Hillary Tompkins, a young Navajo woman who had just graduated from Stanford School of Law. With her, I saw someone that looked like me, acted like me, had the same sense of humor like me. And I thought to myself, well, if she did it, why couldn't I do it? Because mind you, at the time, as a young Pueblo man, I was an official, I was an officer, I was able to go and sit around the table and listen to the conversations of my own tribal council. And every time I heard that tribal council talk, and people presented to them wearing these suits and ties, oftentimes they didn't look anything like my tribal council or myself. Oftentimes there were older white men that came in suits and ties, our tribal attorneys. And whenever they spoke, it was Bible. Whatever they talked of, it was truth. And whatever they said, our people followed them like they were some kind of Messiah. And I thought to myself, well, if they could do that, why couldn't a tribal person have that same type of position in our own pueblo or in our own tribes? So that's when I set off, and I thought, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to attend law school. I got into law school, and the rest is history. And why I say this is because, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, you have the opportunity to view things in your life, to experience things in your own lives. As I was able to experience things personally in my life, I was able to do that because I was ready to accept those people and their messages at the time that they came to me. And I say to all of you today, be ready. Opportunity sometimes only knocks once. And I ask all of you, I beg of all of you, if you have that opportunity when you meet somebody that may look like you or may not look anything like you, that you have your eyes open, your ears open, that you're conscious that you are not under the influence of alcohol or drugs, and that you're ready to accept a message that could change your life, that could redirect your directions of who you are and what you do for the rest of your own lives. And I say this because it's true. As you leave this school, as you leave the care of your parents, there's going to be factors out there that are going to come to you, sometimes fast, sometimes quick, sometimes slow. Be clear-headed enough to understand the difference of good, bad, and the other. Because at the end of the day, we need you. We need your excellence. We need you to come back to our tribal lands and help us all out. So, graduates, I'm so proud to be here today with all of you because you may recognize that I owned my own story, that my story is my own. It's time for you now to write your own story. In the hopes that the story that I just shared with you, you too might find hope in it as well. That you might be able to relate in some way, somehow, that if this one Pueblo kid could make it, you could too. And that my story is one that could only happen in this great nation that we are in today. That if this one kid from Sandia Pueblo that dances for feast and grew up on the dusty roads could make it, that I stand here today as my Pueblo's first male attorney, as a business owner with what once used to be the largest Native American-owned business in the United States, as one of the youngest members of the New Mexico House of Representatives because we need you. We need you both in the white man's world and in the traditional world. So please remember that in the white man's world, our communities need you. They need your energy. They need your expertise. They need you to bring home additional knowledge and skills so that you can address the challenges of your very own respective communities. And that's why it's so important for all of you to hold fast to your goals and to push through any obstacles that might come your way, because there will be plenty of obstacles. And here's one thing, that when you leave this school, you're in an incubator right now, where all of us can tend to think the same way as tribal people. But when you leave the gates of this very school and you go somewhere else, to a college or to a workplace or to the military, you will meet people that are nothing like you, that have different values than you, that think differently than you, that have a different opinion than you ever have had. And when they express those opinions, they will not be shy to express those to you. So always remember where you come from and what you're about. Remember those values of being a tribal person. Speak when spoken to. Respect each other, because those will come in handy as you grow up and as you move forward. And another message is that you should never be scared of being able to stand up for yourself. Always be proud of who you are and where you come from. And don't ever buy into the notion of those people that peddle the ideas of, well, if I can't do it, neither should you, or neither should you even try. Because those are the people that you must be able to avoid. Those are the people you must be able to recognize and steer clear of. So I ask you to go out and earn an education, learn a trade, protect our country, find a job, be a productive member of the labor force. In short, do something. Don't sit at home and hope that something's going to come your way, that you're going to win the lottery, that the government will take care of you. Go out and do something. Make a path for yourself. Earn a living some way, somehow. But don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen, don't get me wrong that this educational white man's get a job world is the only thing that's out there. Because what I want you to remember is that success is not in just those circumstances that popular media wants us to believe that they are in. With degrees, high-paying jobs, big houses, nice cars, that's not life for us, because we're different. Our tribal communities need cultural leaders as well. We need those cultural leaders, the men and the women that will continue our traditions that have been passed on to us for centuries and centuries and centuries. We need to understand ladies and gentlemen, especially our own elders in this room, that our kids are coming up so that they can too lead our traditions and our cultures and our customs. So that they too, young people graduating in 2018, remember our dances, our songs, create new songs, remember our oral histories, but most importantly, remember to speak your language. Never forget your language. Because once our language is gone, we too as Native people may too extinguish, because that's what makes us different. That's what makes us unique. That's what makes us strong, and that's what will always make us who we are today, and the reason why we've been so resilient over the past several hundred years. I'm so passionate about this because our communities need you. They need you to develop your potential to become who you are meant to be in our world. And more than ever before, our world needs you too. But sometimes we need you, but in other times you may need us as well. You have relied on your parents for several years. You've relied on your relatives, your communities, your teachers, your grandparents. The list goes on and on and on. So whatever path you choose and you find yourself in doubt, or you find yourself weak or in contemplation of doing something bad, I want you to reach out and ask for help. I want you to reach out and ask for help. If you're in college and you need help from your professors, ask for that help. If you're at home and you need help from your tribal elders, ask for that help. If you're at home or you're in college or anywhere in this world, and you find yourself in a predicament where alcohol and drug abuse is in your grasp, ask for help. Ask for help. Because understand that no one gets through life alone. I certainly didn't. And no one should expect you to either. So the minute you find that you're struggling, ask for help and don't wait. Because I'm aware that many of you have already faced challenges greater than any one of us in this room could ever think of. Most young people shouldn't even have to deal with at this point in life yet either. Challenges that have tested your courage and your livelihood. But I ask all of you, for those challenges that some of you have already been through, embrace them. Embrace those struggles because they make you who you are. It's those scars and those tears in your heart, in your mind, and in sometimes your skin that will make you the person that you are and will always make you stronger for who you are today. Those struggles should never be a source of shame or a sign of weakness. It's just the opposite. Struggles are the source of your greatest strength. By not shying away from face adversity head on and getting through it, you have gained wisdom and integrity beyond your years. And it'll be your struggle that will ensure your resiliency, that will sustain you through the rest of your lives. And resiliency is something especially important of who we are and where we come from. Because it'll be your own resiliency story that'll make us stronger as Native people. That you have taken your place in a long line of generations and centuries of people that have come before you. Those who have continued to survive in the face of overwhelming adversity and threats that should inspire you every single day of your lives. And I'm talking about our ancestors who risked their own lives, who sweat, cried, bled, and sometimes died in order to protect who we are as Pueblo people, as tribal people, in order to protect the homelands that we reside on today, in order to protect all of us here in this very room today. I'm talking about grandfathers, grandparents, ancestors. My own grandfather, who was taken from the Isleta Pueblo, brought here to Santa Fe, his hair chopped, clothes changed, taught to assimilate to the white man's world, reprimanded for speaking his own Tiwa tongue. But yet, when he went back home, remembered every single dance, every single custom, every single song, every single native word he had ever known because of his resiliency in his own people. He knew that, and he left that to me, and your ancestors left that to all of you as well. And so to all those ancestors, those that are here, some that are at home, have worked so hard and sacrificed so much so that you could be sitting in these very seats this morning. They handed down their wisdom. They handed down their values and their dreams, fighting to save them in the face of unthinkable odds, spurred on by the devotion of those that came before them, and then you to those that have come before you as well. So you, ladies and gentlemen, graduating class of 2018, all of those in this room today, we must understand that perhaps we are the dreams that our elders dreamt. We are the dreams that our elders dreamt. That it's through their struggles, through their fights, through their trials and tribulations, that your sons, your daughters, that you in the seats in front of me would be here today in Santa Fe, New Mexico on this glorious morning to accept a diploma as a sign of resiliency of that we are still here. That we must understand that we are a part of a larger fabric of the American story. That we owe a debt that all those who came before us, that there is no other place on earth that our story could ever be even realized. that you might have not even realized, that you've been mending thousands of years of practice in what you do every single day at this very school. That all the preparation and hard work, graduates, is so critically important for you today and for the future. That because of you, our generation is much more secure because of you. And as you look back on our rocky and tumultuous history as Pueblo and Native people, our future is evolving just as we speak. But it's evolving in a positive way, I believe. That we desperately need your voices as young Native Americans, as young Americans, to get out there. We need the voices of our elders and all those that live in our communities to be out there. So everyone, students, family members, faculty, everybody in this auditorium today, I'm reminded that it was only 70 years ago, in 1948, that our people in New Mexico, our tribal people in New Mexico, were finally given a chance to vote. Finally. My grandfather was already 48 years old when that opportunity was bestowed upon him. So we are playing catch up, ladies and gentlemen. And I would ask you that undoubtedly you've seen all those political ads on television, in the newspaper, on social media, on the radio. I would encourage all of you to strengthen our voice as tribal people. Register to vote and vote in your elections, because elections matter. Those people that we put into office who are entitled to engage and represent us in different matters, in the federal, in the state, in the local elections, we put them there. Make sure that they have the same values that we have as well, and that they hope and they want the same exact things that we want for our own selves as well. And in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, class of 2018, I know that I've asked and I've shared with you a ton of what might seem to be a lot that you should be faced with and dealing with in the years to come. But our story, your story, my story, our story, it must continue. That all of history, all of the sacrifice, all of that love that lives inside of you, that we should feel proud and so blessed to have the story that we have today. Because of the education that you've received from the Santa Fe Indian School, the amazing school with the values that you've learned here, your families and your communities, you have everything you need in your arsenal to succeed in life. And that while life can be unpredictable at times, we as Native people are resilient. We don't give up. We don't give up. On feast days, for my Pueblo people in this room, you don't ever hear people say, good luck. Good luck, I hope you finish today. Good luck, I hope you sing strong. Good luck, I hope you remember the words to that song. You never hear good luck. What you hear is, be strong. Hashteme, sumpiamhi, komiamhi. We are built to be strong. We are built to be resilient. We don't give up on these days or on any other days, in life or wherever your lives lead you. The drums, the sounds, the songs, the bells, the laughter, those are the encouragement that should carry you through the rest of your lives. So graduates, in closing, I hope that you will always remember that you are your own story. Be that own story. Practice that own story. Own that own story. As proudly as I've carried mine, that I am so very proud of you, that I love each and every one of you, and I have so much faith, and I look forward to what all of you provide to our communities, both in the white man's world and in the traditional world. So for that, be resilient and own your own story. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Lenti, for owning your own story and sharing it with us today. Chantel Riley and Thomas Lucero, will you please come to the stage to present your gift to Mr. Lenti? Chantel is from the Pueblo of Laguna. She is an honor roll student, class officer, a member of ACES, the Cultural Exchange Club, National Honor Society, and participated in track, cross country, and basketball. She received the University of Arizona Academic Excellence Scholarship and plans on attending the University of Arizona to study physiology or biomedical science. Chantel's parents are Tanya Luarki and Neil Riley. Thomas is from the Pueblos of Santo Domingo and Jemez. He is an honor roll student, received an SFIS Core Values Award, is a member of National Society of Landscaping Architects and the National Honor Society, and participated in cross-country, basketball, and track. He received the University of Arizona Academic Excellence Scholarship and will be attending the University of Arizona to study architecture. His parents are Xavier and Miriam Lucero.
So good morning, everyone. My name is Chantel Riley, and I'm from the Pueblos of Laguna and Acoma. On the behalf of the class of 2018, we thank you, Representative Lenti, for joining us today and sharing your wisdom and inspiring words. As a token of our gratitude, we present you with this gift, which was crafted by Thomas Lucero from the Pueblos of Santo Domingo, San Felipe, and Jemez. We hope that it will remind you of all of us and bring you happiness. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas and Chantel. Okay, we're almost there. Stretch it out. Okay. So, to the class of 2018, before I certify you all as graduates, I want to take the time to reflect on you. As I said at the beginning of the school year, you are all very special to me. I taught the majority of you for 7th and 8th grades. Remember when I told you guys I was going to follow you your freshman year to be your high school English teacher? You were all relieved when I said I was only joking. But I did follow you 2 years later, and in total we have spent 4 years together. I have watched you all grow from awkward, silly middle schoolers to confident young men and women. For those of you who I didn't teach in middle school, I have gotten to know you through the school activities or when you found yourself in the offices for some reason or another. You are each important to me because of what you bring to the school every day. Your leadership, tradition, culture, language, curiosity, ambition, insight, and most importantly, respect. You have also shown your faith, believing in yourself and one another to succeed. I am witness to this faith and to this belief. I saw how you pushed yourselves to make it through this tough year. Can you all believe you are the largest class to graduate from this Indian school? 120 seniors earned their diplomas this year with a 96.8 graduation rate. And this has been no easy task. This class is a group of hard workers. And when there is a job to be done, they roll up their sleeves and get it done. I witnessed this just last week when they all worked together to transition this space into an elegant banquet hall. Let us reflect on your hard work and accomplishments these past 4 years. You have presented to our Board of Trustees on multiple occasions. You have presented to our shareholders, the 19 Pueblo governors. You have become parents. You have become district and state champions. You've become chess champions. You are community college graduates already. You have earned the highest SFIS ACT score of 29. You have composed music and performed in front of hundreds. You have preserved language through film and starting classes on campus. You have fed the homeless. You have tutored your younger brothers and sisters. You have written grants and shared your senior honors projects with people across the country. You have added to our core values. You have worked in hospitals and internships all over town. You have all become ideal graduates. And I could go on and on with all of the amazing things that each one of you have done this year. Like your class song says, I believe I will achieve all my needs. I believe you will achieve your needs, your family's needs, your community's needs, by continuing your hard work. Today, we are here to recognize this hard work, to celebrate you and the people you are becoming, and to recognize how important you are to our Native communities and our future. The other amazing quality of this class is your gratitude. During your senior banquet, you shared your love and appreciation for your teachers and the staff, and I want to share and reflect that gratitude and thank all of our educators who have helped our students meet this milestone today. Teachers and dorm staff and all of our SFIS staff, I want to thank you for giving all of your love and care to each one of our seniors. I also want to thank our parents and guardians for today's graduates. Your children are precious to you, and we thank you for helping us and trusting us to take care of your children. And I want to recognize all of our parents and guardians, our aunties and uncles, our grandmas and grandpas who've made this day possible for you. The time has come. Class of 2018, please rise. Members of the Santa Fe Indian School Board of Trustees and Superintendent Herrera, I, Faith Rosetta, Santa Fe Indian School Principal, certify that each and every graduate before you today, May 25th, 2018, has satisfactorily completed the required course of study for a high school diploma as prescribed by the Santa Fe Indian School Board of Trustees and Advanced Ed, a worldwide accreditation agency. It is with great respect, pride, and honor that I present to you the Santa Fe Indian School graduating class of 2018. Do you accept?
On behalf of our school board, our school community, I accept this certification, and we can proceed on with the graduation of the class of 2018. Congratulations.
Students, please proceed to change to your caps and gowns. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Board of Trustees Secretary, Ms. Robin Atencio from the Pueblo of Cochiti and alumnus of the Santa Fe Indian School. Secretary Atencio will give recognition to our special guests.
Good afternoon, Santa Fe Indian School family. Welcome home. My name is Robin Atencio. I'm from the Pueblo of Cochiti. It is my honor to recognize tribal leadership that is joining us today. When I call your Pueblo, if you would please stand. Pueblo of Acoma, Governor Kurt Riley. First Lieutenant Governor Raymond Concho, Second Lieutenant Governor Bernard Lewis, Head Tribal Councilman Harold Chino. Thank you, Acoma, for joining us today. Pueblo of Cochiti, Governor Dwayne Herrera and Mrs. Herrera, Lieutenant Governor Everett Herrera and Mrs. Herrera. Welcome, governors. Pueblo of Isleta, Lieutenant Governor Max Zuni. Welcome, Governor. Pueblo of Jemez, Fiscali Alvin Toya, representing. Pueblo of Laguna, Governor Virgil Sayo. Welcome. Pueblo of Nambe, Governor Philip Perez, Lieutenant Governor Arnold Garcia. Welcome, Governor. Oke Owenge, Governor Peter Garcia Jr. Welcome. And I'd like to recognize the Pueblo of Picaris, Pueblo of Powaki, Pueblo of San Felipe, Governor Anthony Ortiz, Lieutenant Governor Carl Valencia, Pueblo of San Ildefonso, Governor Perry Martinez. I'd like to recognize the Pueblo of Sandia, Pueblo of Santa Ana, Governor Glenn Tenorio, Lieutenant Governor Nathan Garcia. Pueblo of Santo Domingo, Governor Thomas McKeno, Lieutenant Governor Cedillo Tenorio Sr., and tribal officials. Pueblo of Taos, Head Fiscali George Mirabal. Fiscali David Martinez. Pueblo of Tesuque, Governor Frederick Vigil. Lieutenant Governor Roman Duran. Pueblo of Zia, Governor Anthony Del Garrido. Lieutenant Governor Ben Salas. Welcome. Pueblo of Zuni, Governor Val Pata and Miss Pata. Lieutenant Governor Berdina Sanchez, Councilman Carlton Boakate. I'd like to recognize Isleta Del Sur. And from the Office of Michelle Grisham, Representative Joaquin Rivera. Office of Senator Tom Udall, Representative Joshua Sanchez. Navajo Nation Representative Mark Freeland. All Indian Pueblo Council, Mr. Gil Vigil. I'm sorry if I'm missing anyone, and I do recognize some former governors in the audience. Mr. Richard Lewerke from Laguna, you'd wave, and forgive me if I missed anyone else. Welcome home. Thank you.
All right. Could you all come to the stage here and line up? Up joining us on stage to give the diplomas is Miss Carlene Carey and Susie Mermejo. Each is leaving us at the end of this school year. Miss Carey has served the Indian School for 10 years. She has been a devoted National Honor Society advisor and passionate teacher. If I could also get Miss Louise Naranjo, our Director of Student Living, And also, I would like to recognize our interim assistant principal, Ms. Teresa Chavez, who came back to assist us this year. If Ms. Chavez is here, can you please stand up and be recognized? All right, guys. All right, students, are you ready? Our first graduate, Drusilla Ginelle Aguilar, Santo Domingo, Pueblo. Joseph Elliott Aguilar, Santo Domingo, Pueblo. Jude A. Aguilar, Santo Domingo, Pueblo. Alex Damian Owino Okeowinge. Stephanie Georgia Owino Okeowinge. Raven Longwolf Alcott, San Ildefonso, Pueblo. Rahim E. Alonso Dene. Rayanne Bernadette Anaya Acoma, Pueblo. Thomas Ray Vicente Isleta, Pueblo. Lauren Ray Beekis, Laguna, Pueblo, and Dene. Joseph Raymond Bird, Okeowinge. Kimberly Alexis Ann Blake, Mescalero, Apache. Brennan Kobe Calabasa, Santo Domingo, Pueblo. Michael Robert Camarada, Santa Fe. Dorisha Allen Candelaria, San Felipe, and Santo Domingo, Pueblos. Kelsey James Candelaria, San Felipe, Pueblo. Kurt O. Candelaria, San Felipe, Pueblo. Cameron Casey Kata, Okeowinge. Joey Armand Chavarrillo, San Felipe, and Dene. Jolie Ann Chavarria, Santa Clara, Pueblo. Kiva Red Bear Chavez, Laguna, Pueblo. Zachary David Thomas Chavez, San Felipe, Pueblo. Logan Christopher Chavarrillo Tenorio, San Felipe, Pueblo. Anissa Denise Cordova, Santa Clara, Pueblo. Kayla Nikaya Coris, Santo Domingo, Pueblo. Quentin Tyler Corice, Santo Domingo Pueblo. Antonio Lance de Dios, Hickory Apache. Joseph Anthony Duran, Okeowinge and Laguna Pueblo. Sunshine Eaton, Tasuki, Hickory Apache. Lee Taylor May Escobar, San Felipe Pueblo. Ian Tanner Fender, San Ildefonso Pueblo. Tiffany Leah Taylor Frawa, Zuni Pueblo. Donovan Allen Frenier, Tasuki Pueblo. Jaron Wyatt William Frenier, Tasuki, Santa Clara. Adrian Lorenzo Garcia, San Felipe Pueblo. Alexis Fene Garcia, San Felipe and Santo Domingo Pueblo. Angel L. Garcia, San Felipe Pueblo. Cameron James Garcia, Laguna, Santo Domingo Pueblo. Jermaine Andre Garcia, San Felipe Pueblo. Jaquan Kinsley Garcia, Santo Domingo Pueblo. Joylyn April Garcia, Cochiti Pueblo. Rylan Garcia, San Felipe Pueblo. Cody Jean Glasscock, Zuni Pueblo. Skanawati Gray Mohawk. Abraham Herrera, Cochiti Pueblo. Jasper Lynn Hokia, Cherokee. Tolaska Hansalong, Madan, and Hidatsa. Danielle E. Jackson, Dene. Ben Antonio Johnson, Sisseton, and Santa Clara Pueblo. Damon J. Latoma, San Felipe Pueblo. Alec Blaine Lee, Dene. Raymond Jahard Lovato, San Felipe Pueblo. Twyla Star K. Luarki, Acoma Pueblo. Christopher Joseph Lucero, Santo Domingo, Pueblo. Keyshawn Lawrence Lucero, San Felipe, Pueblo. Miranda Nicole Jade Lucero, San Felipe, Pueblo. Taylor Rose Lucero, Laguna, Pueblo. Thomas Allen Lucero, Santo Domingo, Pueblo. Angelia Valentine Manuelito, Acoma, Pueblo.
Lennox Anthony Lewis Martinez, Jicarilla, Apache. Leon James Martinez, Okeowinge. China Lyric Mesa, Okeowinge. Russell Lawrence Mike, San Felipe, Pueblo. Destiny Montoya, Okeowinge, Cochiti, Pueblos. Ashwan J. Makino, Santo Domingo, Pueblo. Matthew Charles Morgan, Dene. Dominic Anthony Javery, Morning Dove, San Felipe, Pueblo. Jordan Kaylee Moya, Okeowinge. Michaela Caitlin Murphy Kla, Dene. Nicholas P. Naranjo, Santa Clara, Pueblo. Curtis Allen Ortiz, San Felipe, Pueblo. Kiana Winter Ray Ortiz, San Felipe, Pueblo. Shannon Megan Ortiz, Okeowinge. Aisha Jade Pacheco, Santo Domingo, Pueblo. Marita A. Pacheco, Santo Domingo, Pueblo. Dalen R. Padilla, San Felipe, Pueblo. Darren J. Phillips, Okeowinge. Francesca Mary Pino, Zia, Pueblo. Jaron Lucas Pino, Acoma, Pueblo. Corey Joshua Quintana, Santo Domingo, Pueblo, Tsuki. Dominique Alisa Guiana Quintana, Okeowinge. Haley Brennan Quintana, Coach T. Pueblo. Timothy Brad Quintana, Okewinge, Coach T. Jalen J. Ray, San Felipe Pueblo. Mark Anthony Riley, Laguna and Taos Pueblos. Chantel Nicole Riley, Laguna Pueblo. Taya Rubin, Laguna Pueblo. Cassandra Julie Salazar, Nambe Pueblo. Eric S. Salter, OK Owinge. Brandy Renee Sanchez, San Felipe Pueblo. Jacqueline Nicole Sanchez, San Felipe Pueblo. Jason Antonio Sanchez, San Felipe Pueblo. Is it Valentino or Vance? Which one was it? Valentino Stefan Sanchez, San Felipe Pueblo. Okay. Vance Jared Sanchez, San Felipe Pueblo.
They're not here. They're not here. They're not here. Those are the boys.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the boys.
Cheyenne Alexandra Lourdes Sando, Jemez Pueblo. I didn't know they both were. Keith Lauren Sandoval, Santo Domingo, San Felipe. Tyrese Myron Shehe, Zia and Santo Domingo Pueblos. Sierra Marie Scholes, Taos Pueblo. Arlana Sky Star Tenorio, Santo Domingo Pueblo. Asia Claire Suazo, Santa Clara, OK Owinge. Dylan Lee Swina, Coach T. Pueblo. Jacoby T. Tenorio, Cheyenne. Jaron Casey Tenorio, Laguna, Santo Domingo. Javen Joshua Tenorio, Dene, Santo Domingo Pueblos. Kayla Jeanette Tenorio, Santo Domingo Pueblo. Larita Michelle Tenorio, Santo Domingo, San Felipe Pueblos. Renetta Tishana Tenorio, San Felipe Pueblo. Xavier Dominic Tenorio, Santo Domingo Pueblo. Janessa Patrice Troncosa, San Felipe Pueblo. Ariana Caitlin Trujillo, OK Owinge. Sherilyn Rose Valencia, San Felipe Pueblo. Ladretta Denise Valencia, San Felipe Pueblo. Alexander Nathaniel Valencia, San Felipe Pueblo. Shanikia Lana Wakaniwa, Zuni Pueblo. Savannah Dean Wright, Okewinga. Harmony Rayanne Yazi, Dene. Emiliano Eugene Lored Yepa, Northern Cheyenne, Cochiti. Tyra Lene Yepa, Santo Domingo, Jemez, San Felipe.
Wait until your song. Okay. Before we go, at this time, I call Brennan Calabaza to the stage for our benediction. Brennan is from the Pueblo of Kiwa. He is a member of the Pueblo Pathways Project on the Honor Roll and is a recipient of the SFIS Core Values Awards. He has received the Bilingual Biliteracy Seal from the Kiwa Keres Language Program. He will attend the Santa Fe Community College to study environmental science. Brennan's mother is Elizabeth Garcia and his father is Esquivel Calabaza.
Shotana Hachamo Mass, Camera Hosha, it's in at the church, it's a Donis Sayotim, because Alma Miras Ipra, it's a Mea Hamako, Nako, it's a Nokimushko, sit in your Kokimushko Kaya, Mea Idiko in your at your coach. Could not ask keep what I should hope, but no that could go to cut Ian to Kisota, Ian Isha Pro.
Thank you, Brennan. The students will now recess to their class song, I Believe, by Yolanda Adams.
Reach your goals, just talk to your soul and say, I can, I believe, I will, I believe, I know my dreams are real. Oh yeah, I believe, I'm holding it. That's why. Your goals are just dancing in your soul, and you know that your moves will let them show.
sure to join us in the dining hall for lunch.